Afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another episode of Brag with Your Brand. I'm Josh from Deed Freak Media. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we've got one of the car enthusiasts from PE. He is involved in stunts, he's involved in racing, he's involved in judging, he's involved in mechanical work. He is somebody from the northern state I think most of you will recognize. Thank you so much and welcome to Ella from Super. So without further ado, let's hear from the man himself, Ella from Super Saiyen Garage. How's it, man?
How's it? I'm good, sir.
Lekker. Thank you so much for joining us today, man. How's things going?
Well, bro, super good.
Super good. All right, super good from Super Saiyan.
Super good.
So thank you very much for taking the time out just to have a chat with us. So up and coming project that we've got going on, and I really appreciate taking the time out to come and have a chat with us, man. Without further ado, we're gonna jump straight in. I just want to I want you to give us a brief overview of basically who is Ella from Super Saiyan Garage.
Basically, Ella is chairman from Extreme V Dubs, coming
Yeah.
on quite a few years.
Okay.
Started a brand called Strictly Street.
Okay.
And with being involved with cars, I was inspired with a man called basically Mike Leafo.
Mike Leafo.
Mike Leafo in the Willem
Uncle
Park.
Mike. Shout out to you, Uncle Mike.
When I saw his works with home
Yeah.
many years ago, and I realized, I would like to have something like this. Man.
How did you end up?
Volkswagen.
What were you doing? Did it break?
Man, he joined the club. Extreme V Dub. Him and you all know also Lenny.
Sorry guys, I'm gonna interrupt midstream. Ella just speaks a little bit too soft. Let me just quickly do that for him. There you go, back to it.
All right.
Yeah.
No problem. Sorry, we had a technische onderbreking.
Lenny as well joined the club.
Yeah.
Mike was there, and then I started racing, and I had problems with my motors every time.
Is the club, sorry to interrupt, is the club actually created as racing or as a time?
No. Extreme it up. That time we had motor clubs, like
Okay.
brand Enthusiast.
Yeah.
Like we into Volkswagen,
Okay.
and our club is basically from Cape Town. We are branch
Okay.
from Cape Town, Extreme V Dubs.
Okay.
And we get kicked off here around about 2003.
Okay.
We had, I was the rough one in the club.
The rough one
But I
in the
always
club.
wanted racing, and I have my little jumbo golf.
Okay.
Some people know the Super Saiyan.
Okay.
And
You will give me a picture, I'm going to throw it up
Yeah,
right here
yeah.
for you.
I got
This
a
is all
pic.
digital, so don't worry. We'll fit it in.
And Mike had a little golf, and in the club I met him, and we went to his house, and I saw this man got a workshop at his house.
Yeah.
And eventually I started going a lot there, and they helped me with my car.
Okay.
He built my Blue Golf motor, the Super Saiyan people know today.
Yeah.
2.3 conversion, and from there on, since 2004, my first racing was at Speed and Sound 2004. That time I was like a 15-second car.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's how it started. The inspiration came that time from owning my own workshop.
Okay.
So I stayed in the VW world and started doing small little jobs at my house.
Okay.
Eventually, 7-8 years ago, I said, "No, I'm gonna leave my job. I'm gonna start my own workshop."
Yeah.
And the name was always behind me.
Okay.
Super Saiyen Garage.
Okay. So, as the logo, the introduction for the podcast go is, tell us how your side hustle originated from an idea and how you maintain it. So, in terms of your education, you've given us a bit of insight now that you basically had somebody inspire and to teach you certain aspects of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of your transition from having a full-time job, was it just like I shout out to Ella's wife. I always call her Chichi. Shout out to you, Chichi. But did you just say, you know what, Chichi, tonight is the night. I'm not going back to work. Tomorrow we're opening Super Saiyan Garage, or did you gradually take some time? Because I can only assume, for me, it doesn't actually matter in which industry you are in. Your tools that you need to work. A photographer needs a camera.
Yes.
You need a jack, a torque wrench, and on and on and on. I would need. You understand what I'm saying?
with you. I'm
So
with
how did you transition from your full-time job into we are now where we are today?
Okay, to start off with, I'll say that the toolbox I got from my father.
Okay.
That little rusted old box I had, and that was when it started with the tools.
Okay.
The job I was into the maintenance field for over 19 years in
Okay.
the company. I was like maintenance manager, then I was going towards it, engineering manager.
Okay.
We closed down. Company got retrenched. Then I worked for a company in Joburg, still into machinery and stuff.
Okay.
Fixing hydraulic machines, robotic machines. But I did part-time jobs.
Okay.
Saturdays and weekdays, I would do services, I would do repairs, only VW cars.
Okay.
In 2015, actually, something happened to one of our vehicles. We took it in for insurance job, fixed, and it didn't go the right way. It ended up me to sell that vehicle.
Okay.
And then I told the wife, hey, look here, I'm opening a workshop. You know, our cars out to the northern areas go across the border, basically as we call it, you know, to get fixed. You know,
100%.
it's like the guy's not stepping up in the technology to go up against the TSI polos, you know, but you need obviously equipment, your diagnostic equipment and that, all going towards the GTIs. And there was also no RMI business placed, mechanical business placed in the northern areas. There still is not.
Yeah.
And but basically the grace of God, I'm hoping that I can get there soon. I'm pursuing that. There's the part of the ramp up for me, my last milestone, not last, but it's
The next one. Let's call it the next
and I
one.
told her that night, I said, look, I'm gonna leave a job in Joburg. We were about to move actually to relocate to Joburg. I said, I'm gonna leave a job. I'm gonna start my own workshop. And that's how it happened. And she supported me all the way. She said, you've been doing this in your spare time, late at nights, Saturdays, even Sundays. So then I just worked hard. Marketing was basically word of mouth.
Yeah.
Up until today.
I'm gonna get into that in a bit.
But it was hard work. It was 7 days a week. It was
Yeah.
up until 9, 10, asking a lot of people advice.
Yeah.
You know, because the knowledge needed to be built
Yeah.
to be good in what I'm doing.
Okay. 100%. So with all this oil and timing chains and pistons and spark plugs and things, where does Super Saiyan find love? Where you meet your wife?
My wife I met on a Saturday, I won't forget this. It was a big event at the fountain.
Okay.
And we had the club had the event prior for the day.
Yeah.
Being the chairman, I needed to be all over. So I was very tired. I had a blue golf with me and the fountain was full. So I escaped. Actually, I asked my one friend, Sergio Stanley, I asked him, look here, do you want to say you want to test drive on a car, man? So that I can just come with you. And so I go. And I just drop you stamp before I go. He agreed. Come around, the robot, I drop him off. So I go, instead of going past Stamford, if they're going to see me, I go straight down the western side. And I see this lady walking down the road with the stilettos in her hands.
Hey, yo.
So I stopped and I asked her love, you know, because I knew her brothers.
Okay.
And she denied.
Okay.
I eventually came 3 times back to ask, and then she said yes. Gave her love to our house, left my number, and I went.
Yeah.
And then
Hope for the
the Sunday, cousin, he sent me like an SMS saying thank you. And I
SMS days, so no mix it.
SMS it was mixed, but but he sent me an SMS. That was 2008.
Okay.
And February 2008 started communicating and email, and then dated.
Email.
1 year.
I've never heard that.
We emailed, we mixed it.
Okay. Okay.
She was also the work I was doing. She was every day in front of the PC basically.
Okay.
So it's easy for her to send an email.
Okay.
And a year later, 6 months later, actually, I asked her, got engaged, and a year later we got married.
Yeah, okay, nee, congrats. The reason why I asked it is basically to the build up for my next question. Congratulations, first of all. Not only on finding love and a life partner, but as you explained, your partner is currently involved and inspiration to your day to day. You know, it's not an unpopular thing, but it's a difficult thing to go with. You know what I mean? Maybe not for you, but you get people like, she just doesn't understand. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing it.
No, 100%.
Ladies, it's the exact same thing for you too. Sometimes your guy doesn't understand. Why do you need to go there? Why can't they come here? You know. So I think just from a business aspect or from a personal brand point of view, it's easier and it's a great advantage for you to have somebody there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. If
And,
your partner is behind you in anything you're doing, there is no business you want to do or event or
100%.
playing sports or something, you know. If a partner is with you, you can perform at your best.
Yeah,
You can be your
100%.
best.
I've seen what I'm actually describing. If I look back at Strictly Street, she was there and she was there at night dance as well, no?
Yes. Now my wife is supportive. We just a little daughter.
Okay.
But with a nightstand, she don't like to be out with the cars at night.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, Carlin has been with us from day one. We have our 2 little kids, Aaron and Peyton. And we went to events, even in East London. We had hosted events in London. We hosted events in the Extreme Auto Fest. We also still in London. And there was times where my wife was pregnant. But she went with me. She supported me in at late nights. She supported me getting up early, you know. So I appreciate her very much, Carlin, for standing behind me and being there. You know, people might not see it,
Yeah.
but you have to go home.
Sooner or later.
You know, and she will know I discuss everything with her when it comes to the events.
Yeah.
And I her opinion how she feels. And sometimes what I mean, oh, I don't think that will work. You know, that will work. She won't just agree with me. So you need that partner basically to support you.
100%.
And I'm very grateful for my wife, Karen, that she's always been there.
Okay,
Up until
100%.
today.
In terms of generations, is this like something that you've had in your family or not?
Not actually.
Or you the first?
Yeah, because I even grew up without a car.
Okay.
There was no car at our house.
Yeah.
You know, so it did happen actually what I will say what extremely it happened there. You know, getting into a car, being part of a club, hooking up with a club, going to trips to Cape Town to see nice cars, you know, with a club. That's
Yeah.
where the inspiration comes from.
I want to get to that now with regards to the traveling, but now you kind of like, I don't want to say struck a nerve, but you piqued my interest now in terms of times when you're saying you used to email
Yes.
your current wife now and you used to SMS, right? So with the internet being what it is now, we also just had like an offline discussion now with the fact that once you've got I'm going to use Facebook as an example. Once
Yes,
you've got the Facebook profile, you've basically got the online website, you've got the online personality, you've got the online brand. So now I could if I need an email address to email somebody, but I could maybe send a inbox on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, whatever it is, to somebody that is in Johannesburg is gonna reach them within a couple of minutes. How did you guys do this now way back? Because I said it to you before.
Yeah.
Obviously, no, you are right to be calling you a OG. So OG, how did you guys actually do this before? Were you looking for this guy like in the phone book or what was it?
Well,
what
if
was
I
it
if I should go tell you something, I used to joke about this a lot.
like?
Before me and my wife now,
Yeah.
we don't have a phone at home.
House phone.
We had no house phone.
Okay.
So before, basically, everybody will meet at clubs.
Okay.
PE especially. Clubs was a big thing.
Yeah.
So every Saturday, we kick off with a matinee. So you see people from Short Lake, Galvin, Shorter, Boys and Park, Bloemendal, everybody's at the matinee.
Yeah.
And there you meet somebody. So you need to go up to the person, how you, this and this, if it's now a partner thing or something, or you meet friends like that. And then you take out the house number, or like I used to give the public phone number, but I'll give you a time.
Yeah.
You know, I meet Josh in the club and then tell Josh, okay, now you're gonna call me, we can hook up. Then I give you the public phone number, but I give you a time when you can only phone me.
Okay.
I used to say my granny is very strict.
Yeah.
I can't get calls.
Okay.
Then I have to be at the public phone.
Okay.
And then obviously then we got cell phones, then
Yeah.
Mixit came and it made
Yeah.
communication quite easy.
Yeah.
You know, SMS was also still a bit of a challenge because there was no group.
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, you send the SMS now, it comes a bit later through. The email was only work related. People
Okay.
that sent email used to send the emails from the office hours. After hours, there's no emails.
Like now that you
Now we all have emails on our phones, but that time also email only came from when you work at the office, set up, and you get email.
It's funny you actually say it because last weekend I actually saw a payphone. I guarantee you there's gonna be somebody watching this podcast that doesn't know what the payphone is
I can tell them where's one.
right now.
I
That's
never
the-
saw one, and Malcolm Hospital. I saw one day when I went to go visit a friend of mine's daughter a few weeks back, and I was amazed. It's in working condition.
the coin operated or the card.
I'm not sure was it coin or card. I think it's card, the green one. I
Green
think the
one
blue
is-
was coin and the green was card, one of the two, but it's in
Yeah.
good condition.
Yeah, my guy.
And-
That's a bit of a throwback, you know. I don't know if you can relate to this. This is me now personally. I come from a house where there was a house phone in the house,
Yes.
right? But all of the stuff that we have now, like you're saying, the growth of technology is spoiling us because it wasn't Truecaller or stuff like that, right? If that phone rang, my man, you had 3 rings to get to that phone. Otherwise, you know, you're in a bit of trouble. But at the exact same time, you don't know who's on the other
Who's on the
side
other
of
side
this
calling
phone.
you.
You know what I'm saying? So it was now like we all have that one person that just lay 8 and lay 8 and lay 8. Like between 6 and 7, you just got home, you kick your shoes out, need to make food, look at the dogs, the children, blah blah blah. Your house duties.
Yes.
Right. So when you pick up the phone, you don't know who's on the other end of this phone. Like now, like things have gotten so advanced. Like you can literally take a picture of somebody, and when they call you, you see their picture.
Yes.
This is now this person. True callers, they say, check here, here's Ella Super Saiyen Garage or whatever the case is giving you a shout right now. It's
Yeah,
but
no,
a
the
lot
times
of
have, the
progress,
times
mate.
have changed, and it's technology.
There's technology. I'm sure.
And the kids are growing up with it now, so it's a norm for them.
Yeah. But I'm sure this is also something that's helped you because I could only imagine something like a digital map. I would say for aftermarket management off the top of my head. Before, how would you have gotten that from a place out of South Africa to here?
Yeah, look, it helped a lot in a business sense. Also with getting stuff.
Yeah.
For example, let's go to parts.
Yeah.
You maybe need a part here and it's not available in PE and Joburg.
Okay.
Now you can go online.
Yeah.
You can buy that part also from Joburg,
Yeah.
or you can buy it from abroad.
Yeah.
In our carport.
In the comfort of your house.
Let's go to Abex or a rum. You want a specific rum? There's nothing available local. You want to look different?
Yeah.
You can go online.
Yeah.
And you can buy your rum.
100%. They'll have it delivered.
You know, then you know somebody else can't just walk into a shop and then get the same rum. You know, then you got
Yeah.
So that is it's a benefit in that sense.
No, for sure, 100%. These are all things that like play part and parcel like into the world and how things are going right now. So coming back to what you were saying with the marketing, one of my previous pods I had over here, I was saying like, where about in Johannesburg were you?
I was
out of
in
interest, like-
Alberton North.
Okay,
Edenville.
so right around the corner from me. I was in Meyersdal and then I
Okay,
moved to Alberton North afterwards. What I was basically saying is coming from PE, I think I moved when BBM was in its peak. When I say BBM was in its peak, I blame you and I blame you and I blame everybody watching it. At 60 Rand, I miss it, boss. There was no need for a contract phone. That 60 Rand covered you. There is WhatsApp, there was Mixit, there was
Mixit,
BBM, Twitter just kicked off. If I don't have it wrong, I think MySpace was also a thing back then. But I mean, that $60 covered us.
Will you believe me when I say I never believed in BlackBerry? I never owned a BlackBerry.
Really?
I never was involved with BlackBerry.
So what did you do when everybody had Blackberries?
I was on Mixit. I don't know. So
What phone did you have? I mean, what brand?
I believe in Nokia. I like brands.
Okay.
Specific, not the normal brand. Like you guys can see, Puma is one of my strong brands.
Yeah.
Nokia was my brand, and I never went to BlackBerry.
I just heard something now. I think it was 2 days ago about Nokia specifically. So it's been quite a while since Nokia actually has had a smartphone. I don't know if you follow technology or something like that.
Not anymore since Nokia went to the Windows. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I got used to it. I mean, it had the best camera sections that time. I remember the 2015 Campus. When I had Windows came in, I think 2013 or 2014.
That was my upgrade from the BlackBerry.
Yeah, my phone was quite strong with the camera setups at the time in Nokia, but in the Windows, they added Windows software. Not everybody liked it. That's when they lost. A lot of people. Android came in and Android took the market.
Clean
so,
there. No, definitely. It wasn't user friendly. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even remember. It was that
Only for
square one.
office use.
It was that square one, and every time you touch it, sound like it.
Yeah, you know, the phone was the right quality. It wasn't standard. It's just the software. And
The
when
operating
you
system.
can use it like just like not say like iPhones, but you can link it nice with your office setup.
Yeah.
If you're an office person, you want your files and documents to move a day with you, that was a phone.
Okay.
That was a phone to have, you know.
Okay.
Windows phone was on point because it's exactly like your PC, with your Windows setup.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, that's why I figured out it didn't make the market.
But they're very strong in other aspects of communication.
Yeah.
When I say very strong, people like Siemens as well.
Yes.
You know, Siemens still makes the biometrics that you use by your
for the
people's
fingerprinting
factories
and
stuff.
all of it, yes.
When last have you seen a Siemens phone?
A phone.
Siemens phone.
Long last. But I had one, a small one.
Yeah. I had a Siemens
They had
C63.
like small phones,
Yeah. I had a Siemens C63. It's funny you talk about where you met your wife.
Yeah.
I grew up in West End. So obviously I went a bit early to the matinee and I had a 5110. This is a really strange story.
Yes.
But shout out to Nokia for this. So way back in the day when this phone wasn't like this size, people could see you. I'm talking now like people that want to do bodily harm to you or rob you or do something bad to you. They could see you're walking awkwardly because of the size of this thing.
Yeah,
now.
the 21
Remember,
tens,
this is the era we're talking about now, where Levi's was in fashion, my guy.
Yes.
The 507, the
Yes, yes,
506. If it's now a formal event or you need to look nice, maybe then a 501 will do. So I had a white 501 on this specific evening, and for some reason, myself and three friends, we were walking home from the matinee. All three of us, we're rocking 51 tens. So this is now like our uniform.
Yes.
Everybody sticks out with the Deed Freak Media sweater.
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, this is our uniform. We're rocking 501s and the 5110 in the left hand pocket. We got into a bit of trouble with some guys that were waiting here by the swimming pool.
Yeah, they said the Beady Boys back in the days.
Hey, I don't know who those guys were, but I promise you, I clobbered one with that 5110, bro. And I think I hit him with it, bro. He was trying to hurt us.
Yeah.
Right? And he actually got a hold of my friend's money. Okay, let me not shout out, that will be a bit of a weird thing, but
Yeah.
I hit him on the head with his phone, bro. And that phone was absolutely alright.
Nothing is wrong with that phone. More
Absolutely
airtime.
nothing. Now, people, I think it's in everybody's interest to take a contract out because the monthly installments help. Instead of buying a phone, some phones are like over 40K.
Yeah, phones are expensive.
I don't see the sense in making a loan for buying this type of thing. So I'm just saying, like, way back in the day, if I remember, I think this thing was like 1,800 Rand or something, the 5110. I didn't buy it new, I bought it second hand from the cell shop in Claripa.
Yeah.
They were actually used to work. I don't remember what it was called. But in any case, that's why I bought it. And strange to bring up stuff like it because you can't even hit somebody with your phone now in this day and age. Somebody watching here now, they don't know what the payphone was like. You used to fight with your phone. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But at aerial, I'm telling you, at aerial done some damage to me a couple of times. Eh? You put your phone down the wrong way around, it things to me, you know.
The air at the bottom.
Hey, bro, someone go straight for the jewels and stuff. But yeah, those were good days. Those were good days. Just to kind of, before we go over to the next question, what was your first name on Mixit?
Saiyen.
Only Saiyen.
Yeah, Saiyen was a brand I picked up a name 2001 I started watching
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z, yeah. One of the first. And then I had a chance to go overseas and I could get some VHS video cassettes, you know, with some newer episodes on it. So I was very popular that time because I had some new episodes, you know, like many of the series today, you had season 1, you can't wait for season 2.
Yeah.
And Ella got season 2 and season 3.
Okay.
So everyone would be around Ella and borrowing the tapes and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that was the name, Saiyen.
Okay.
Still, I think it's still on my
Where did you go
my
to
TikTok
overseas?
is Saiyen and my WhatsApp is also Saiyen. It's all been Saiyen.
So why did you go to overseas? You don't mind me asking. The work or pleasure?
It was work. I went to go study some machinery there in the wiring automotive industry.
Is this during your time as maintenance now?
Yes,
Or
yeah,
during your transition?
I worked at a wiring company, harness company.
Okay.
So I went quite a few times to learn a few machines and did some courses there overseas.
Okay. Nee, lekker. Moving along now with the whole career, right? Obviously, we have different tools available to us now. This is like on the networking and marketing
Yes.
part. I'm very interested if you could maybe let us know like how things used to work way back before, because now anybody can pick up their phone now. If you have a Facebook account, check it out there. There's a MK1 Caddy group. There's a Beetle group there. I asked this gentleman behind the lens now when we're going to start something for creators. But way back there would have been something called forums. Are you a project? Or you you part of the forums? Or are you? How did you fit into
I used to be.
First, explain to us what is forums for somebody that might
Yeah,
not know.
that is when you have a lot of people. Look like a street and style one today, for example, on Facebook. It's similar to that.
Yeah.
You have people all over.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
You know, and they can comment on anything.
Yeah.
What I can say about the forums is there was a lot of rivalry.
Yeah. I'm getting to that. That's why I'm
You know,
asking you this.
back in the days as a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
You know, meaning that you either Volkswagen, you Opel, you Ford, you a brand, and there's always a lot of clashes.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest
100%.
clash all over would have always been VW and Opel.
VW and Opel.
Volkswagen and Opel. And on the forums, yeah.
What is the biggest rivalry, if you can mention two cars? You don't need to mention out the names of the drivers, but what was the rivalry between the two types of cars? Maybe a OPC versus a 16 valve or the Super Boss.
Before the OPC, look at Let me give it for the Opel guys. They had a big advantage with the Super Boss. Super Boss was and still is one of the strongest cars because it came out bells and whistles, brands, games, everything out of the factory. And then you compare that with a normal Golf. Say you put out a Golf 3G, that was a stronger motor at time, a 2-liter, but you're sitting with a heavyweight body. You know, so the Opel had an advantage in most
For
times.
racing now, no?
For racing.
Okay.
Then the tweaks come when we tweak the MK1s up, you know. Use a light body, get the engine powerful, use a 2-liter motor, put it in, you know, put the branch up, and it will be competitive. But it wasn't the strongest.
Yeah.
Only up until the management systems came in, there was more tweaking that can be done in the VW. And obviously the throttle bodies gave us a lot of strength. For example, for me, I could never win a VWL. I battled to win a VWL. Or even a Sabre. For example, I battled to win a Sabre with my 1800 Golf on side rounds. Then we went to throttle bodies.
Is this now the Jumbo you speak about?
Not the Golf, the blue one.
Okay.
The Jumbo used to run on sides, and I think I only once I beat one Sabre on a lucky day with full slicks.
Okay.
But I couldn't get them.
Okay.
You know, I couldn't get them because we were governed with the side rounds with tuning, and we had Mr. Pickford. Everybody knows Mr. Pickford at that time. You know, he used to assist us while he could.
Who's Mr. Pickford?
Mr. Pickford is a gentleman. He's not with us today anymore.
Okay.
He is the guru behind tuning carburetors, side drafts. He used to do. He was very great in it. All the stock car guys would know Mr. Pickford.
Okay. Shout out Mr. Pickford.
No, if you speak to a few guys, even in the spinning, the guys also know Mr. Pickford. He was the man when it comes to tuning a side draft.
Where was he based?
He was, when time I met him, he was based in Westring.
Okay.
And he used to meet me on a field.
On the
couldn't
field?
go, we couldn't go to the complex at the house because the people would complain of the revving.
Oh, okay.
So at night time we had a meeting, we will meet at the field and he will do the tuning for me.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the advantage came from a throttle bodies and management. And then I will say the VW became quite equal with the power on the boss side and the VW.
Okay. Okay. It's funny you say that because I was trying to have this conversation with a friend of mine. I'd like your opinion. This is according to Saiyen, right?
Yeah.
Part of the podcast. So carburetors is nothing really, I won't say wrong with it, but today, in this day and age, the amount of people that actually are okay to work on it. I'm not saying they can't, but they just tell you, I don't want to, I don't smart to, or they refer you to somebody else type of vibe. What's with all of it now?
You know,
because you can't buy a carburetor right now, a brand new one. A car with a carburetor,
you can buy a car, but it won't be like the original one.
No, I don't mean the part. I mean, like, if you go into VW now or to Toyota or what is the possibilities you can buy a carburetor car?
No, we're not.
It doesn't exist anymore.
The technology has now changed, times
Yeah.
have changed.
Times have definitely
It's
moved
like,
on.
so, but on the carburetors, there's a lot of cars still out there. I mean, a lot of the stock car guys, circuit guys, are still running on side drafts.
Yeah.
They still depend on their carburetor because, I mean, you only need to keep your car in a high rev on low gears.
Yeah.
So you don't have to push into a third or fourth gear where you have to. So you have to just keep the power in there. But management came in, same like the phones.
Yeah.
Like a carburetor is a payphone.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to still circle with a payphone. I'll go for a smartphone rather.
Yeah.
And people go for management. That's basically a good example. The difference with it.
Okay.
If you have a carburetor car, if it gives up, if a car gives problems, either buy a new car
Or do the conversion.
or do the conversion.
Yeah. Okay. Nee, Andres. Also, just like with regards to you said obviously Uncle Mike was a big factor in you going into business with mechanicals, right?
Yes.
For those of you that know and those of you that don't know, Ella is also somebody that hosts events, right? So with regards to events itself, obviously for the camera now, for those that don't know you, you do some racing events, some stunts events, and the Strictly Street brand that I'm gonna get into in a bit. But where does that come from? Did you have anybody that could say, let me show you, let me teach you? Did you have anybody that you could go and speak to in your younger days now saying, Uncle, I also want to do this one day? Or was it just something that came about? The reason I ask this is because You can answer, then I will tell you why I'm asking the question. Is there anybody that inspired you in any way, whether it was now like a family member to say you're fiddling with the cars or whatever the case may be, why don't you get it to somewhere together, a community together, or if you've done it for a business or for a profit or whatever it is? How did that start?
Well, it started basically with our chairman in Cape Town, Mr. Paul Polke.
Okay.
When we went up 2004 to Cape Town, and they hosted a car show
Okay.
in Cape Town, and I was interested. This is nice, nice cars, you know. And
So now for you to come there, they hosted a
yeah, we went up with a club. I was a rookie.
Okay.
In the club. Yeah, the naughty one, but I made it up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys know Warren Earn.
Yeah,
Yeah, he also did a trip with me to Cape Town, so you will know.
Okay, okay.
But then it was interesting for me to see that, okay, there's people we belong to, there's extremely up, you know, how quite nice people, good people, they got this car show happening. So me and Paul, not at that stage, 2004, I think 2005, and I think we started talking, me and him. And he said we needed to, because I became chairperson, if I'm correct, 2005, so it's quite a few, I think it's 20 years that I'm the chair. But we started talking about we must host the event in PE.
Okay.
So I didn't now know where to start and what to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he guided me via the phone. He will call me.
Is this now via the payphone or
Polke.
house
No,
phone?
no,
or
we
what
cell
did you
phone was
have?
there, man.
Okay, the cell phone just that
Cell phone was there.
Okay.
So he will liaise with me. And the first show I did, if I'm correct, was 2008 at Summerstream.
Okay.
Also, another inspiration for me was the sound. So the sound of shows that Auto Styling used to host that time.
Okay.
They will have sound events at Summerstream, 2 events, and I was saying, okay, this is nice to do. But we as a club, and at that time we were a lot of members. We were over
How many?
40, 50. My biggest membership was 76 members. But we had a membership for cars and we had a supportive member. That is now the family also signed up as supporters. So they have a supporter t-shirt, they go to all the events with us and travel with us, you know, all of that. And it's also inspiring the youth, the young ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm already a supporter, I got a
gonna get to
VW
that now,
looking
no?
on, so I'm gonna be there. You know. So
100%.
2000, it was the first show and shine show at opening there by
Kings Beach.
Kings Beach. Yeah, that was my first event.
I also
I'm
wanted
correct,
to
I'm
ask
not
you
sure, before that, but 2008 is my
The
biggest,
first one you
my
remember,
biggest
ne?
event was at Summer.
Okay.
But
What had
Paul
to-
Polke was the person who inspired me and assisted me at that event. And obviously the team at that time, like
Yeah,
our
yeah, yeah.
family.
No, shout out to all of it. What the event venues were basically around back then? Because if you look at like now, we've got places like Triple S, we've got places like Scribanti that
yes,
could basically accommodate the car
Yeah.
community, I think is the right word, with loud noise, like music and what have you. And there's that place there, Mission Road, what's it called? Where the stock cars drive?
Yeah, but the stock cars is oval track.
Oval Track, shout out Oval Track also. But how much of this was actually available
For that
when
time,
you started at this time?
we had nothing, man. Not nothing. We had Scribanti, which the racing started about 2007. We started the illegal to legal there. But no car shows. There was no car shows. It wasn't seen yet as a venue for that. The Summer Street platform was a venue. The parking there. And then further up, there's a grass section. That was 1 or 2 shows also there. And there was another car show. There by the Mount Road police station, that section across. I could feel there.
Old Grey or next door is there where the pavilion is, ne?
That could feel there next to the animal hospital.
Yes.
Old Grey
yeah.
field now.
Yeah, there was a nice. They used to have. I think they still have that event. No, it's not there. I'm not. It's not there. That's Cape Road behind. Cape Road. There's another field there at the back.
The Westview field.
I think so. But they had a nice old school car shows there every year. I think they still have that event.
Oh, I see. No. It's the just look here on. No, it's not Cars and Coffee.
Yeah, Speedy
It's
Cook
the
also used to
Veterans
have
Club. The Veterans Club is that place's club's name. I just can't get to the name now. I know it's just me.
But they used to
We
have
went there
also
with
very
the
nice.
MK1 Heritage Day, and we went there for the
Yes.
as the Veterans Club, but I can't get to the name of the place. I know exactly what you're speaking about. I've been here twice.
Now there I
Also, yeah.
also met a gentleman that time when we used to go to that events.
Yeah.
And they also assist me. So they were also part of our events.
Okay.
Like then they come with the old school car. But yeah, that was one of the venues. But nothing. We had no shows. Only a show and shine.
Yeah.
And I think by Otto starting in the parking bay that time also. They had also a couple of shows there.
Shout out Auto Styling
Yeah.
also, yeah.
Yeah. So that was it, you know. And then we had shows. I had shows in East London. I had shows in George. We had shows in Cape Town. Yeah, I had quite a few shows. But then the stance world evolved.
Wait, don't go too quickly. Don't go too quickly because I have to get this question out there, right? Obviously now things are not easier than before in terms of traveling because the country we live in, it's you know what it is. You know what it is. I'm sure those of you that is just keep on keeping on for those of you that are there and understand what we're trying to say. But before, I remember times where people used to put in 50 rands petrol in the car for the week.
Yeah.
For the week. Those were good days, no? Those were good days. I wish I was a part of them, but
back.
unfortunately, those are long gone now. I don't think we're ever going to get that back. But be that as it may, how were things way back then? Obviously now, having the barriers, I don't think barriers are a fair word, but how was it to have to go to a place like George maybe? George is a beautiful place. I always enjoy the drive past there. I haven't had the opportunity, or I've had the opportunity, but I've never slept over there, you know?
Okay.
Like actually in the town. I like the whole rustige scenic vibes and what have you, but how was it to travel from PE to there based on something you've seen in a magazine? Because if you're looking now at something like an Airbnb, you can press there and you can turn, I don't like this couches, or I
Yes,
want something
yes,
with the
yes.
shower type of vibe.
You know how we did it? We used to depend on the people staying in the area.
Okay.
You know, when we will go to Cape Town, we'll ask, I'll speak to Paul. I say, Paul, okay, we're coming for a trip up. It's going to be a 4-day trip. The club is coming up. This is the date. Can you look for accommodation for us? We're about 20 or 30 members.
Okay.
And we're coming up and then they will guide us. Same basically, I can say for me that is London. It's London. I will ask the guys in London, okay, we're going to host the event
Okay.
at the track. We're looking for accommodation.
Yeah.
You know, if you come into London, there's a little place on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Pa's a garage. And then we used to stay a lot there, but that place is not the
Uncle
same.
Lenny. Uncle
Lenny
Lenny.
would talk about that place.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it because I've been trying to fish him here. I've really been trying to fish him here, and yeah, he suggested the exact same place to me.
We actually, I can't get a name, but
Something
it was very
wingman,
nice.
wingfly.
It's something windy, yeah, right?
I'm
It
gonna
was
tell
very
you
nice
now.
in
Sorry,
the
I'm
beginning
fiddling on my phone
because
now.
it accommodated all of us, you know, the members, everything. But you depend on the people staying in the city.
Yeah.
You know, the connection you have there to guide you where to go stay.
Wings Lodge, East London. That's why I saved it on my phone. Wings Lodge, East London.
Is a wind lot. Wings is the name.
Wings Lodge, East London. So shout out to them.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, so it's the EPVCC Eastern Province Veteran Car Club.
Now,
Shout out to you guys too. Go check him out. I'll link your socials down below.
there's also very beautiful cars there. You know, the if I look at the cars today where the guys are, can I jump to the campus quick? I just want to mention something linked to the cars this gentleman have.
Go for it.
When I saw the old school cars then, you know, then I'll have a chrome motors.
Is this not the Veteran Car Club?
Yeah, they'll have a plus engine base, they'll have a nice exotic colors. They'll have displays in the back with a small little car.
Yeah.
You know, tires, chrome, colors, everything, a bit of here, a tweak here and there, you know. And then we will come with a car, springs is cut, mag is on, down in the boot, maybe interior, a little steering wheel on there, and then that will be our conversion. But if I look now to see how that guys is basically on the level of transforming that old cars as what we're busy doing now with our cars today.
100%.
Plus engine by chrome.
It's similar
you
to,
got, you got an air
music what you're
setup in
describing.
there, you got a boot setup.
Yeah.
So
100%.
that's why I always pick up for that.
Shout out to
cars
him.
that
What
time.
is
And I
the
mean,
gentleman's name now again?
it also guided me to where I wanted to be with my car.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, besides the campus, where I've learned a lot over the years. I think they up the game in their standards. If you look at the vintage show of cars, damn you. Besides the owners of the cars, the uniqueness and how the guys designed and built cars.
I want to add as well that there's a monetary amount that comes with this kind of business as well, or this kind of club as well, compared to where the colored people from the northern areas, we can afford a blade for a grinding disc,
Yes.
a grinder.
Yes.
We
Yes.
can't afford to buy shocks from Italy.
100%.
Yeah.
So there is that distinguishing factor
Yeah.
where
You
And
start
that was
according to your pocket.
your
Yeah.
social position also affects how you express yourself through whatever
it.
you are driving.
As you say, no, that you can put back about 20 years ago, which we saw that. Which I
If
cut the
not
spring,
more.
I cut my spring with a grinder, and I come to a show like that, and it's like, wow, even the socks is chrome.
No, for sure,
But
100%.
I pick up for people today, for the standard that we are today.
We're
You
gonna
know?
get there now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Don't jump. Don't jump that one. So this is actually the next question that I've got. Obviously the veteran club, as you say, there was with the extreme V dubs and obviously the camp fest, right? Today we've got a lot of luxuries that is available. Obviously at the price, it's not for free, but you get people that come to events from out of town with a car trailer or on a tow truck. Not a tow truck, what do you call this? The flatbed.
Flatbed, the trailer.
Flatbed. How did you guys do this now way back? If you're telling me
No, we
that you
used to
had on a
drive.
good day 40 active members, I don't know if all 40 cars were driving at that point in time, but how do you cart? I'll be really excited just to grab some footage regarding it, but how would you cart 40 cars from here
You
to
know, it
Johannesburg
used to,
campus?
there was no trailers that time. You know, one of the first runs when Lenny went with us to Cape Town, Lenny always been a top example of putting a standard with cars, yeah. I remember that morning, we gathered in Galvin, and Lenny had the red car, I think he called it the Red Devil or something. And he had the first...
The Red Devil.
Lenny,
I'm gonna give him a call after this, definitely.
he had a cross-flow conversion on his car, on his MK1. And that stuff, I mean, I just want to give a shout out to our late Romeo Barnes.
Yeah.
He basically got my attention to the campus.
Okay.
And there we saw a lot of cars in modifications of what can be happened to the MK1s in the cars. And Lenny had a cross-flow conversion. And we were battling that morning with his fuel rail. His injector was leaking because it wasn't popular.
Okay.
You know, so he needed to do, he did it on his own,
Yeah.
and he drove a car to Cape Town.
Yeah. That's
He
what's so
drove it,
impressive.
we were worried because it looked like he won't make it up. You don't want to have a fuel leak, but he made it work. He went to Cape Town, and I think Lenny came home with about 6 or 7 trophies because after one show, they jumped to 2 other shows in Cape Town because Cape Town had shows.
Yeah.
Shows was in thing.
Yeah.
You know, and over that weekend, now I think they're making about 6 or 8. You must just correct me how many trophies, but I remember he went like this, and the car came like this with all the trophies.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, but that was back in the days how we did it. It was a trailer thing wasn't there. I'm not sure. Maybe with me, I realized I got a flush engine bay, I got a clean bottom, so I didn't want to drive my car and damage my car to a show. You know, like so that's where the trailer thing came in.
Yeah.
And
So
that is because you got a underlayer, for example, where you have painted and you have smoothed it out and you got your chrome piping and you got your things. Now, if you drive your car from PE to Bella Bella,
that's a little
you're full of stone chips. You remember you got a fresh coat of paint because when you prepare for a show like that, just example using the Campfest now, everything was on point. Now you drive a vehicle, you got stone chips, you might lose a crack in your windscreen, you might get a crack with a stone, you might get a lens broken, you have damage at you got the fuel might chip your rum. Let's go to 2015. Campfest, we stopped. The mainstream guys, how many guys stopped? Paul with his 4 station wagon stopped. Yeah, we had issues driving our cars. I was the only one at a trailer of my Golf. So with a trailer on my car because my car was the most done at that stage. Yeah, for the stone chips and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. They still do it.
No, we had even the low company guys. Remember they bumped a bunny or a big rabbit or a cow. So we needed to come and we helped them.
A cow.
I was a rabbit man.
Okay. Man, you're not gonna bump a cow and survive.
They will remember that one. They overnighted outside, but I mean that was driving up.
Yeah.
At that time, Slam City was created, and we all went up, and we all supported one another.
Yeah.
You know, and they still, we still announced there to say, you know what, this Slam City people, you know, the difficulty they had coming to the event.
Yeah. No,
You
for
know?
sure.
But that compared to now, it's actually easier to put your car in a trailer and to drive a vehicle up to get your car in a mint condition at a show.
Yeah.
But local shows, the guys prefer to drive it.
To drive it.
Drive it, yeah.
Scrape it like you're smiling.
Well, if you're a grinder guy, you scrape it all the way. Man.
Yeah.
You scrape it.
No, for sure, for sure. I'm just gonna jump a little bit into the events now, right? So this is no more as you growing up now, into a car culture, building a brand, with Extreme VW. So you as a host now, how do you make out of towners feel welcome here? Because
Well, it's-
I would
it's
assume, me knowing you, you went out of town and you learned something there. You come and share it with somebody who wants to learn. You know, how do you make out of towners welcome here for us now? Because just as the people in Cape Town were excited to see you, I know for a fact there were some of those guys that came to come and see how we do it over here.
Yes.
Even till today, I've got. Okay, we'll get into my event shortly and also yours. But
Well,
how do you make the out of towners
Basically, it's
comfortable?
the relationship with the people. I can give you an example when. Firstly, before we had a show, the brand like a Strictly Street, and people will come from out of town.
Yeah,
And you as the host,
yeah.
you know, people might not come to you all the time, or
Yeah.
people do come to you and greet you and say,
Yo,
"Hi,
bro,
look,
I always have a hard time.
I like this event you guys are doing, you know." You can either cut them short and continue what you're doing because you're very busy on that preparation for your show, or you can get to know the person, get a context, start talking to the person. So, best to be, for me, always be friendly, open for questions, and always make sure that I get time to go back to the people. I'll make example of how the connection is when Extreme Auto Fest. It's a show that started with
Shout out
Gerard
to
and
Extreme
Peter.
out there.
Yeah, to Extreme Racing guys.
PG,
Romeo,
Gerard.
PG and Gerard. Romeo
The whole
actually
team.
introduced me to Peter and Gerard.
Okay.
And said, "Look at this guys is from George, man, and they want to host an event like this, like we're doing Strictly." I said, "No, look here, hook us up, we talk." So we were in conversation for a few months. And eventually, the event popped up, Extreme Auto Fest.
Okay.
You know, and we that knew or had experience at that time how to run events, we shared our knowledge, you know, and guidance how to do the event. Today, the Extreme Auto Fest made 10 years.
Today.
No, I mean this year.
Oh, okay.
That's last year. Last year was 10 years, I'm
I
correct?
think it was last.
Last year it made 10 years, you know, and that became a friendship, you know, and that's how it must be. Some people can be a bit stingy. I don't want to share my knowledge. I don't want to share what I have because then it's going to end up this way. Even with East London, when we did events in East London, we did quite a few events with rated car clubs in East London. At that time, brands, mostly Volkswagen, obviously Volkswagen, and the guy started hosting events. You know, and
How was it to get a brand or a manufacturer on board then compared to now? Because I mean now we live in a era where people we're living basically in the TikTok era. You aware of it, right?
Yeah.
So whether you dance on TikTok, you spin on your head or whatever it is you do, it's people, not people, brands tend to go towards the TikTok culture quicker than they do to car culture. What is your what can you tell us about it? Yeah, Super Saiyan.
okay, well, I'm fresh. I think I'm a few months on TikTok.
Yeah.
It is a big trend. And I can't say between, I think cars for me is more popular because it's probably what I look into. Yeah. And for me daily, with my son, it's cars every day.
No, I mean to get somebody on board to an event of yours now, as a sponsor type of it.
It is actually, I won't say easy, but it depends up to you. You know, if I approach a company to say, I'm hosting this event, we like to sponsor, you know, and I'm more as a business owner, I'm thinking of the benefit of the business.
Yeah.
When we host events, we make sure that the business gets the brand out, because that is why businesses will sponsor you,
Yeah.
because they want the brand to be out there.
Yeah.
You know, and we used to do it very, very heavy with our events, getting the brand out, because end of the day, out of the people that come to the event, there might be 5% that might be interested in buying a new vehicle, a VW, for example, or TEFCO. You know, and Now we have, like we used to do in the days, we got 5 of their cars on display. And now you're at the event, and now you see, okay, this is how the family Tiguan, or this is how the TSI looks, this is how the CLP looks
Yeah, yeah.
inside the close range of feeling of it, you know.
100%.
Salesperson is on board, and there can be a sale made.
Okay. If you could, I know you've got an event coming up now, we're going to get into that in a few, but if you could encourage sponsoring a car event, how would you word it? So let's just say he's got a business. I don't know what he does or what he sells or what he does as a service, and you're trying to sell the advantages to him. You don't need to tell me how much he needs to pay or what he's gonna get.
You have
Sell
to
the
make,
advantages to
you
him.
have to make sure that you have a proper. You have to make sure that your event will get numbers through. You mustn't lie to the person you wanna ask for a sponsor. It must be
Yeah.
must be true. If my event is gonna be in a field which I can accommodate only 100 people, it might not be a benefit for a company, for a brand like Vodacom, for example, who's now numbers now wants now people to come and buy phones and contracts.
Yeah.
For example, it might be a benefit for a company who does maybe a product like Monster Red Bull or something, a smaller printing company, because that 100 people can assist that person, you know. So
I've tried
You
self
have to-
vendors twice for the
Yeah.
record. I'm not gonna mention any names. Unfortunately, it was not possible. But I got 2 yeses, I got 2 agreements, and I got 2. Unfortunately, couldn't make it.
yeah, you get your
It's
venue.
tough for everybody.
Yeah,
Man.
your
I think it's
venue
tough for everybody. You know.
and your walkthrough on the day that you expect that you need to pitch for your sponsor.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And you make it worthwhile for the sponsor. If it's a product or is it funds towards your event, that sponsor must feel appreciated.
Yeah,
You
100%.
know? We used to have a VIP section for the sponsor, make him feel special.
Yeah.
Come in, you know how it is. Come in, bring your brand fully on board.
Come show us what you got. Brag with your
Yeah,
brand.
if you want to bring
Brag
your
with your
gazebo, you bring your cars, you bring your team with you. You know, you bring your pamphlets, your flyers. Make it sponsor feel it is. Sometimes it feels people say, yeah, but no, a sponsor have money, they must pay 10,000 to me. But no, it mustn't be like that. If you see that going forward with your events, not just one event in your life, it's over. You will have the next 10 years events.
Yeah.
And that sponsor can come as a partnership with you and then can be with you.
100%.
Trying to know the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a relationship basically. Yeah.
You know, it's very. You're right. You're very right. But I also try to always do, maybe not to the car stuff. You're fresh on TikTok now, so not fresh, but I mean, I've been doing it a little bit longer than you. So one of the things I kicked off when I started off with the whole Deed Freak Media is the fact that brand ambassadors is a very good thing to have.
No,
You need
for
to
sure.
select them
Yeah.
at your discretion and towards your criteria. But it's very good to have a brand ambassador. If you could speak to somebody that speaks to 1,000 people, he does 999 things more than you for a small fee. You know?
Yes.
The fee is obviously something that you agree with somebody, or the service that they provide is something that costs you something. But is this something that is actually worthwhile to you as a business owner? If I had to come to you and say, what is my audience right now? I don't even know. But let's just say 10,000 people. If I was to post, what would you say if I came to you with a business opportunity and said, as a business owner, I'm going to take your flag and your business and I'm going to show it to 10,000 people. As a business owner, what is it? I'm not saying you must sponsor me something. I'm saying as a business owner,
Yeah.
where does this take your mind to? Is
Well,
this something good or something you...
No, it's something very good, I would say, because today you need to get your business out on social media platforms. I think it's one of the biggest marketing platforms of today is to get and if ambassador comes to you and say, look here, I can show your brand to 10,000 people. If you get even 5 of your 10,000 people to do business or to business with my business, and then I must be happy. It's a
Yeah.
benefit.
100%.
You know, and if it's a fee attached to it, it depends on the relationship or how you're gonna say. If you say a fee is so much and so much, I will say I will agree. But we need that if you're a business owner.
Yeah,
You
100%.
know, you need that because, for example, my business, I didn't do flyers out there or a poster or something. It's I can say a social media platform because now and then I will do a post. And whenever I do a post of the workshop, I get about 10 or 20 incomes.
Okay.
As soon as I post a TikTok, I post a Facebook status, and I get 10 or 20 people on Messenger looking for my number. And it's social media. Now, you sitting with 10 or 100K followers.
No, I'm not there yet.
Imagine the impact that you can have for
Yeah,
business
yeah, yeah.
owner.
No,
You know,
100%.
to put a brand out there.
What have you?
Yeah. And in business, you mustn't forget, it's always competitive.
Yeah.
There's always competition.
There's do you know Cat Williams obviously, no? You know Cat Williams, the
Yes,
comedian.
yes.
Have you seen the iconic podcast he's on?
No.
I think got something like Club
Yeah.
Shay. I think he got something north of like 80 million views like within a week.
Yeah.
He just went on a, I don't know if it's a rant or a rampage, but he was just check it out. Shannon
Okay.
Sharp and Cat Williams. I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, but shout out to the both of you for that one, no doubt. He said the competition makes you do funny things, right? This dude that one of the dudes that he had a problem with said some crazy stuff according to him so that he can get his name in line with competition.
Yeah.
Right? And he said that also regardless of how big the brand is, and I've never heard anybody say this, but I could not agree with him more. You can't believe the stuff that Coca-Cola says about Pepsi and vice versa. For competition purposes now. Competition
Striking
purposes. You know what I'm saying?
competition,
You
yes.
can if you want to say it this way, maybe me and you are competitors in a way. I don't see it that way, but I mean we do similar things with cars
Yes,
and events and type of things. But now there comes a time where we have to be there with like a tie, a dash, you know, and we have
Yes,
to
yes.
say the right things and greet the right people and all those beautiful things. But now competition makes you really do some crazy things, no?
No, definitely. I mean, people can even hurt one another, no?
Yeah.
In that sense, depending on what line of business you are, and what do you call it? Not burning one another, but like you say bad things about. I mean, if I, one of my events now, the music was not that nice. I had interruptions in the music. Then
It's ESCOM, man. It's not you, it's ESCOM.
in your turn as my competition,
Yeah.
you can have your next guest in and you say, you know what do you think about that event about Ella where the music was just cut off for so hours or what? I'm just saying that is actually for you in a competition you with me.
Yeah.
To show the people, Ella's event was nice when music was off. Stuff like that. It's you know. But competition is good. It must be there. And I'm so for P, I'm actually
I'm a
the
bit
guys are
nervous.
actually in line in good for me. I don't see any negativity coming out, but there's a lot of events, guys that host events, crews that host events, and do similar things because we're not big in PE. But there's still a sense of respect for one another that I see. Maybe you guys saw something different, but I
No, not something
I
different.
don't know what's happening in the background.
I'm a
But,
bit nervous to be honest with you. And the reason why I say that you've got the upcoming event, I've got an upcoming event. How many actual events have been for the year? I got nothing against the Parko. Absolutely nothing against the Parko. But how many events have we had for the year? We are nearing the end of March now.
Yeah, look at
As
it.
far as I know, it's 2.
It's a popular trend now with stance events the last few years. I mean, we would have one event a year,
Yeah.
then it came 2 or 3, that was it. And then the more crews came up, the more events started be hosting because if you're a crew, you need to host an event. Now we're sitting with 20 crews, for example. So you're looking at 20 events. We're
I was
sitting
gonna
with
get to
12
that now.
months in the year.
100%.
You know, that's
And
why.
everybody wants to be at payday, end of the month. There's only 12 paydays.
Yes, everybody
January
wants to be in
doesn't
the
count
month.
because that is like, you
But
know.
that's where your social media also come in place. You have to see what dates pop up, where's the event gonna happen, the next event. And I mean, you are up to standard. You are up to a level where you know which events takes where place. You know more than me. You know,
No, it's my
more than me.
business.
Yeah, you know,
I have to
yeah, it's your
be.
business. So you have to be.
Yeah.
So, like for example, my event, the date I chose, I needed to work with the people of the venue also on that date. You know, the other date was out because I know there was an event on that day. I also had this event on the day of but I didn't see the poster. You know, so, like maybe I didn't check my phone properly, but I'm just saying I didn't see it. But it's not in PE. you know. And the event I have is not of a huge scale. It is going to be something nice, something for the northern areas, something we've been working on for a while. And yeah, I'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna let you off the hook that
But,
easy.
but
We're
tell
definitely
me,
gonna get
but
into
tell
that.
me, why are you so concerned about the competition? Say
Why am I
something
concerned about the
yeah.
competition? I just told you now. Normally, what I said and what you said is what did I say? Onze handen vast. We're holding hands to the same message. We've got more than 12 crews in PE, right?
Yeah.
And as you said, there's 12 months in a year, apart from January, because January nobody actually has money. Not car people. I'm talking holistically as the audience.
Yeah.
And this year I feel like we started a bit short.
But we had a nice event, January.
No, for sure, 100%. I'm not saying that wasn't a good event. I'm saying for the amount of months that we had, if that was, shout out to Wild and Bullies for that one, definitely. That one was in January, so that takes care of the January. What happened in
You're
February?
saying it's too little events?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, you can.
In that sense.
I'm a big sports fan. I just
Yeah,
told you
yeah,
before
yeah.
this. You don't remember me from way back, but on that walk there past your house was to finish. I used to play for Rovers, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm a footballer.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me knows me. I'm passionate about my team. You're not gonna come tell me we're gonna have a different podcast, me and you. We're gonna have a completely different
Yes,
podcast, right? But one thing, like if you ask PG and you ask Gerard, we had a chat about this, also about football when we were there.
Yes.
Shout out to the both of you guys. And one thing I'm very um, we're not gonna dance away from this topic is the numbers that you put out don't lie, right? You as my friend, you help me celebrate those numbers.
Yes.
And you as my competition, or you that maybe not the fondest of me, you cannot like those numbers, but at the end of the day, those numbers are there. Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not a matter of me saying that I don't like your event, I don't like your event. It's a matter of, if you look at last year, I took a time out last year. I think I did tell you this as well with the whole events thing and all the changes I was studying. This was supposed to kick off the beginning of last year. We done it now. Any rate, but I'm just saying, if you looked at this time last year, there would have been 2 or 3 park-offs already planned for the month because the car scene was busy. Busy as in everybody's trying to bring their brand to where the next one is. The competition is healthy because you're having an event by a place that has, I don't know, Broke Boy Pools and Beach. Shout out to you guys. But it raises the bar of competition for the next person.
Yes,
You
exactly,
check. There's nothing wrong with you having. I'm going back to my home ground for my event, which is the school field. But you know how that place looked with the last one, right? You were still judging there. I think I brought more than decent numbers there, and we all had a good time. If you look at your last event where you were, you definitely had a great turnout. I was also in anticipation and working for the day. It was good for the competition with one another and for the city.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So in terms of that, I just feel like again, there's nothing wrong with stunt competitions, as in the club or the person or the business hosting it. I just feel like this year we're running a little bit low, if I can put it that way. You know?
Well, if we have, I didn't know check, but I think we can. Yeah, I didn't see it in that way. Not saying we want a break, but if you look at it that way, maybe it is. But think also about this sense. Ne? I've been judging a lot. Last year's too. We were busy last year.
Yeah.
Because I was.
How many events did you judge on for last year?
I think 5, not even more. You know, it was very busy last year.
So if you
I actually got at a stage where I felt like it's a bit.
It's a bit overwhelming. If you look at what I just said now, I told you I'm a numbers guy. If you take half of the year, that is 6 months.
Yeah.
Excluding January, that's 6 months. So half of your payday years, your paydays for last year was spent judging at the science competition. You get what I'm trying to say?
I want to.
So that is numbers that we put out and we kind of don't appreciate it or realize it in the spur of the moment.
You know, and I still judge my birthday or so. The GQ star.
The
GQ stars.
GQ stands
By
for
Triple S.
Clayton, eh?
Yeah, Clayton.
Okay. Shout out Clayton, yeah?
Hey, yo, got me into trouble.
Is it?
Because I had everybody's waiting in my house. We celebrated my birthday.
Yeah. I remember now.
And when I got there a bit late, also you must have made me late. When I got, everybody was already there, so it was good,
Yeah.
I said, guys, you can now scream.
Yeah.
Happy
Let go.
birthday.
Let go. Yeah.
But what I've learned, what last
Didn't
year,
your member also come there to celebrate? Our buddy. I want you to single him out, man. Our buddy must had a big celebration that day. He still, I don't know if he was still there. He came around there with his whole entourage looking
oh
lekker
yes,
twice.
yes, it was a wedding day.
Yeah, very special day for our
Yes, it was a
other
wedding
famous
day with
friend. Shout out to you.
the flip mode guys made a very good
Yeah,
ending.
man, that was something I don't think I've ever seen before. That
A
was
stressful
really,
day for the guys with the legs, with the ankles.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
was
They
awesome
mustn't play
day.
soccer, those two. I think they must stick to cars,
the
stick to
guys.
cars always.
I'm not gonna go. Okay, leave them when they can talk about it.
Yeah.
And guys party hard. What I've last year actually, you know what, I've got to know our level of cars in PE with judging so many shows. And for those who know me, when I judge, I give you straight up your negative things in your car, and I give you also your positives in where you need to enhance and improve your car. Because every show you need to look different.
100%.
You know, you can 1 or 2 shows, you can
Yeah.
keep it, but if you wanna progress in your in the way you're sitting at, if you wanna be number one, then you have to work hard towards that. You know, and you have to bring changes in. I'm not gonna bring up any specific cars, but shout out to all the people that have listened to a little bit advice I gave them. I've noted it, and there's a specific person, but I say, shout out. I think this person will know who it is. Put a lot of effort in her car, in her car, and it's good to see it. You know,
100%.
it's good to see it. I'm looking forward to this year to see, you know,
Yeah.
how the changes are going, because it's also very strenuous financially.
Yeah.
Also, the energy level and the time
100%.
for the guys prepping their cars and women prepping their cars for
Yeah.
events. So if we should have an event every month, it's gonna keep, okay, it's gonna exhaust the guys and the girls, but if we look at the big picture, for me, the Campfest is one of the biggest shows. There's also VW versus BMW, the big shows I'm talking about. We don't have a finale show in PE.
We don't.
Like a show where the showcase of the cars must come down and, you know, you need to prep for that specific show. Everybody is focusing on their own show. Am I right? Campfest now, you can be the number one VW car in PE. Is not being judged by us. Just think about it, man. It's not the event to say this is number one VW car, this is our number one BMW car, this is our number one car. It's just different shows we go to. And I feel like my car is a good competitor for Campfest, I'm taking it up. So pretty much feel the same way. His car is the best competitor. But now the Campfest is a show where the bar is very high. So
Yeah.
sorry to some VW folks, 140, but this is a VW base is strong. So you need to work your car to get to that level. If you work your car through the year to compete next year's Feb at the Campfest, then you know where you're going to.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing it per show, per show. I'm not saying. So what PE does need is PE needs a show banger where we can get the elite cars to show.
From out of town, you mean? Yeah.
Out of town or in town.
Okay.
Because most of our shows is dedicated on the, like your show, Strictly Street event, the Pro Boys Guys event, the GQ stands. There's not a huge show. You know, out of PE, this is the best of this. So you can prep yourself. You know, to say, okay, we got the normal shows, but we got the show in November. I need to be there and I need to be the number one. You know?
Okay, fair enough.
It's an idea for somebody want to take it.
No problem. We coming up on just over our mark now, so we're just gonna take a break. Before we do that, what would you say? Could you give a good and a bad for your competitors at your events to date? I don't want you to single anybody out and say Ray comes here with dirty wheels. Give me a good and a
the
bad.
competitors or
The competitors, the people that's entering the
entering.
dance competitions. A good and a bad. Just one. You don't need to single anybody out. Just
Yeah, the bad would be
uh,
the guys must be serious when they coming to event. Your car must be clean.
yeah,
That's something I don't like. Or in general,
100%.
you can't have a cooling bottle in your car, or a techie, or an occa pipe in the car.
yeah.
You know, or the car's not even cleaned properly. besides what you have, the most expensive bags, the most expensive rum. If your car is dirty, your points is low. You don't
100%.
respect, whatever you're not ready for it yet. You must make sure that your car is clean and neat. And some of the guys still neglect it. So that is a bad.
And good?
Good parties, I like the changes over the times, how the guys change their car looks. And I like the excitement of being at every show, competing.
Yeah.
There's no boredness, like, I need the show, I show doing.
Yeah.
The guys rock up.
100%.
The guys rock up. That is a good part. Because it's not that one show we sitting with 5 cars. No, the guys were coming on the day because they want to be there in the show and they're not scared to showcase their cars. Irrespective, it's a red look, it's an old look, it's a newest car, it's a stock car. They're not scared.
100%. I think for a negative, just my 5 cents, certain categories, if I can put it that way, as fading out. And I don't mean to point a finger at anybody saying you can, you should, you would, you could, but there's certain categories that is fading away. Like, off the top of my head, the bay. Best engine
The
bay.
engine bay?
I like the best engine by me. I really like the best engine by. I won't say it's my favorite, but best engine by for me has always been an eye-catching thing, because if you used Uncle Lenny a bit earlier, that is where you can show 2 of the concepts that I've learned to love because I didn't understand it in the beginning. Less is more,
Yes.
and neat has to be clean.
Here we go.
If you can you can understand that 2 characteristics, then you 80% there. The rest is the final push.
Can I just add something on the bay you mentioned? The evolving from show and shine into stance. When stance came in, the focus was on the rim and down on the ground.
Yeah.
Me coming from old school, we call it show and shine.
Yeah.
It's your whole car needs to be judged. You need to have your interior, your exterior, your boot setup, your engine setup, your wheel setup. And ever since I've come from the chem phase, I'm stuck to that. And that is when I will judge. When I have a show, I make sure that everything is in there. I want to mention also tuck. We have base wheel, but base tuck is also something that's been dropped out in the classes for the guys. We got best female popping up, growing the female stance, which is wonderful. But now we got tuck out, and like my son Aaron, he's always on the YouTube, and he says cars, and he watched this. I can't get his channel's name, where the guys is stuck.
The camber
cars
culture.
and the tuck, So that is also something we need to go back to. Like camber, I mean, it's part of a stance world.
Yeah.
And the tucking now, the guys neglect it. Now you don't. Your car's stuck, but it's the best tuck, but you don't get seen for it. So best tuck or best cam. But that is where the stance
it's
comes
not
in,
too
in the
popular.
difference
Yeah.
of your car setup and your display of your car.
To be honest with you, off the top of my head, I can think of 2 cars that is now like, I don't want to say have camber, but I'm talking like extra ordinary camber.
Yeah.
And you can go, wake that guy up now, show me your car. That car's cambered like that now. Not for camber tonight to go to Ella's event tomorrow.
No, it's always,
I'm talking about, you can wake that guy up now. Where's your car, bro? I forgot. Tell him something stupid. My earring fell out there in your car. I forgot my charger there. That car is laying here with that extra camber.
must be a Honda. It's the Honda.
One is a Honda
But,
and one is a VW.
Yeah,
Actually.
but that is something you're gonna see it now. We're gonna emphasize as well.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna be back after short intermission break. Thank you guys for tuning in. Give us 5 minutes and we will be back. Apologies. Speak soon.
Yes.
Yeah, so welcome back everybody. I didn't even introduce, check my cups out, né? So for cup branding, I don't know what you're drinking or where you're drinking it at.
Coffee.
Check out the website, teatfreak.co.za. Yep, and we're back into it. So just to kind of wrap up, we had a very intense session. I won't say intense, but we had a lot of convo now. I really appreciate it. This part of the podcast, as I explained to you, is not so serious. We laugh, we giggle, we tease, that type of thing, you know. Anybody that is at home, you've seen the previous episodes, please don't catch any offense to anything that was asked, said, or discussed here. This was definitely a good chat to have. I can say this on the air as well. I've had this conversation with you before that you've definitely been one of the inspirations for me as well. You know, I feel a bit. I don't know, maybe you're getting older. I looked too much into it, but I ran past your house a good couple of years ago and you didn't remember me. But okay, it doesn't matter. It's fine. And I just want to say, also from my first episode to now, we've had this thing going where I just want to say, well done, you know, not for one thing, for something or how many things. Well done, holistically, my bro. I really appreciate it. You didn't do it to come here for me to give you a thumbs up. I'm saying this friend to friend to you because the other famous friend of ours, you know, follow my eyes, but we won't mention his name right now. He's gonna be heading the afterpod. He said that something very true. Us as bras, we don't always say to the next person, you know what, keep doing your thing. I like what you're doing. Well done, you know. So definitely keep up the good work there, and all the best for the future events, work. I definitely wish you all the best for the RMI approval also, so that the Northerns, like you say, can have something closer to home, you know. I just want to give you this opportunity before we get into the would you rather or pick a answer part of the podcast to tell us a little bit about your event that's coming up. If you can give us the event, I know there's a poster out. I'm gonna have that also in the podcast video. I haven't been doing the weekly roundups since last year, I think. Eh? I think since last year. Okay, that's on me. But tell us a bit about the event. What's going on? When is it?
Okay, first I want to say thanks for having me here
No, no
on the
problem.
event, guys. Yeah. The event is called the Ultimate Park Off and Stand Show.
Okay.
It's a event that's been on my heart for a while, you know, to get a venue where we can host a stand show for our youth in our area. You know, most of our shows we got nice venues, but not everybody can go there. You know, not every child's parents can go there. Now they're on the phones, they see this car, that car, and it's like I can almost say the stands guys are like becoming heroes with their cars for our youth out there. And very strong inspiration.
Yeah.
That is where I'm 100% what pushing for our events to continue. I'll support any person or group hosting a show because I know it's a benefit for our youth.
Yeah.
In the northern areas. The event is going to be held at the fountain, Ladidas. The owners, we spoke last year about it.
Okay.
The event has been something has been long sitting by me to get a venue. And thanks to the owners and the management of Ladidas and
Shout out,
Arva.
shout out. You must plug me,
Alien
please.
Stacy.
I've never met them, but I would like to have a chat with them if they can come have a seat
no,
on the pod.
definitely.
Please do plug me. Shout out to you guys, though.
And we shared a few ideas,
Okay.
but the main thing is our heart is in the same place. You know, the idea of this event is to get our youth from the northern areas that can walk to the show, you know, and can take photos with the cars that they see on TV or on the phone, on you know, that cars, because it's a big thing, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I can, for me, for example, if one of Sanjay's cars from Campfest would come in, I won't mind sitting in one of his cars and taking a photo.
Yeah.
Imagine how these kids feel.
Yeah.
Like to say, yes, there's it, golf, there's it, Centra, there's a car, I see.
100%.
So that is the reason behind this event.
Yeah.
It's going to be a stand show. There's going to be about 10 to 12 classes. Then we call it a park off as well. Come with your camp chair, come with your gazebo, your car, sit down, enjoy the environment. And also we're going to have some very strong DJ lineup.
Okay.
As well as a big setup. You guys are going to see the music setup outside is going to be very, very well set up.
Okay.
It's the 5th of April. It's on a Saturday. We're going to kick off the afternoon at 2. Event will probably go through till the next, late.
Okay.
So there's no cut off. There's going to be activities happening at the at a fountain venue as well.
Okay.
With the club, there's a pool club setup as well. Now where guys can go play pool and relax. There's gonna be a TV for sports setup.
Okay.
So we want this event, to be a nice chill vibe, and the youth to come see, our heroes, our local heroes for our cars. Because I mean, you put a lot of effort in that car, and when you come to a professional or big star show, the next guy will say your car looks nice, it's decent, it's everything, but they're gonna run to you and wish for a photo.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's gonna say, oh, I see. That man's car got no new tires like this. It sits nice. I also wanna get that.
Yeah.
In a competition way.
Yeah.
But for this kids, it's gonna be
Something
awesome
different.
event.
Yeah. Stunts, not only stunts, but the whole motorsport thing. I think in PE. I don't know what your relationship is with the news. I don't like the news because I think that's somebody with a big audience selling their opinion.
Yes.
Right? But all due respect, the reporters now, because especially for us in Slam City in PE, it seems that our shortcomings, our wrongdoings get amplified so much more.
Yeah.
But there's so much beautiful things here that don't actually get a chance to be showcased.
True.
So cars in general don't encourage people to do bad things, but it's a culture for us here, and I think it's one of the few good ones that we do have to share with the upcoming generation or generations
No, it's
to
true.
go. So shout out to you for that engineering.
It is. We need to give our youth something to look up to.
Yeah.
Our generation growing up, and where where we're sitting now.
Yeah.
With the violence, and the gangsterism and all of that other things happening. Stance is one of the facets that grab our youth. They want to stay at school.
Yeah.
Because I need to finish school. I need to get a job.
Yeah.
I need to study for me to be able to afford that GTI, of that VVL, of that B20 motor.
100%.
So it's what I see.
100%.
And I've been pushing that. I will say since 2008, I've been pushing that. And with my own kids now as well, I can see with my son, with Aaron, how clued he's up. Every time I come, I post him the other day on TikTok, he's sitting here watching how they build a motor.
That's a
he's
good
into
thing.
the car.
That's really a good thing.
In with his friends, so I'm happy for that. As where they idle time. When there's idle time, there's nothing to do for the youth. Their mind can go anyway.
Yeah. They say the devil makes work for idle hands.
This guy got the best clothes on, he looks smart, he got the best car. But what does he do?
Yeah. No,
it might be in the wrong direction.
No, not at all. Just two things I wanna touch on with what you're saying is, I think two of the messages, if I can put it this way, you can agree with me or disagree with me, is the fact that you basically bringing the message to the youngsters saying it's not impossible for you to get that car one day, or to get that pair of rims one day, or to have people take pictures of you one day. You're gonna need to have a lot of hard work, you're gonna need to have a lot of discipline, but it's not impossible there to get there. And secondly is also hard work. Hard work pays off. If you go to work as an accountant, you get paid a lot of money. There's nothing wrong with that, but also the perception of you have to have an office job to be the guy or that guy is so wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I felt trapped into one of that before, where I used to look at people that work with dirty things, etc. No disrespect to you now, you're a mechanic, but I mean dirty things now. You see this guy with this overall, you're both getting a chow at wherever you are. Kijk hoe lijkt die man mee, bro. Ik loop nou hier met mijn chinos of met die MP. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a reason why different people do different things, and I think what is like very important for everybody. Well, I can't teach people now, but I mean for the youngsters to understand is that there's a reason why there's a plumber. There's a reason why there's an electrician, an accountant. The Lord made us all, or whoever you believe in, made us all with a certain talent, and it's up to you to embrace it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's up to you to embrace that talent, and I just think that every millionaire doesn't need to be an accountant. Sorry to my accountants that is watching, but every mechanic or car enthusiast or somebody selling cars doesn't only get to be a millionaire. There's lots of ways to get to to success, but hard work is definitely.
Hard work is key and focus, man.
Yeah.
I also want to add now with my business, the Super Saiyen Garage. A lot of people ask me, yeah, but you need to move out of the northern areas, you know, to get more clientele and to be seen and be successful. And I tell them, no, I want to base my business in the northern areas. You know, I have, I'll speak about that, but two people who moved out to the northern areas and the business didn't become successful, you know. But I also base my business in the northern areas to show that our people that we can do it.
Yeah,
Wedding
100%.
our skilled worker, because a mechanic I place is a skilled worker, you know. You have to study
100%.
for your trade test
Yeah.
or your engineering mechanical diploma. But in the northern areas we can do it. We can set up a formal workshop. We can be qualified and we can do it.
100%.
You know, same with the plumber, same with the painter, same with the builder. That will be, you can make your own business and you can run it. Now that is something I also stand for. I used to show them that.
Yeah.
You know, it's why it's linked for me as a Super Saiyan Garage.
Yeah.
In the northern areas, being involved with car events and car shows, which for me is like, I hope I am a good idol for our youth in the northern areas. You know, to look forward to say, look at them, at least I also want to work on it nice cars, man, because cars attract the boys.
Yeah.
You know, there's parents that
attract the
ask me.
girls also.
Yeah, there's
They
parents that
attract the
ask me.
girls
Oh,
also.
yes. But yes. Parents ask me, Ella, my clients' parents ask me, Ella, can I bring my son around the workshop, man? He just want to come see
Yeah.
or come work on it, you know? And then I say, no, they can come. When we're busy with the car, it's walk around in the workshop, play here and do that. You know? So it's a good thing. So I'm happy, and I hope there's more of our people in the northern areas out there, business owners that feels the same, and it can speak about it, you know, and inform people about it, and not just keep quiet also.
Okay. Cool. We're gonna move over to the final would you rather or either or pick an answer. Before we go to there, I try and do this in every pod episode. Is there any shout outs you would like to give anybody that is doing anything in, around, outside of the car market? Just somebody you feel you'd give a double tap here for the screen, give him a like, somebody. It doesn't need to be somebody, it can be a group of people also.
I got a big list, but firstly, a shout out to my wife and my family for being supportive. You know, it's not easy to own your own business. Yeah. And my wife always used to say, I studied business management and now I can see, you know, what you need to go through. Yeah. But shout out to the family and also for my friends. Shout out to them, you know, they've always been supportive. My friendship group is a very supportive group when it comes to growth. Yeah. You know, for business or for the family. We're very strong on that point. And then I must say that to my Strictly Fit family, Stream It Up family, and to all the stance crews out there. You know, they are very strong. I'm very a strong feeling towards them for what they are doing.
Special place in your heart.
The events, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, to everybody out there, thanks for watching, and yeah, that's it.
That's it, no? So at this point of the podcast, I'm gonna ask you to choose an answer, or I give you a choice. If you don't want to answer, I'm not gonna ask you anything crazy. As I said before, I won't do anything to embarrass you. If you have anything that you're uncomfortable with, you say skip. No problem, no questions asked.
Skip.
Unfortunately, we can't skip the whole section. So we're gonna start off with your favorite car manufacturer.
VW.
Don't show the whole thing now, you must know. Show the whole thing. So this is our strongest guy.
Very strong in the brain.
Yeah, carburetor in any form or fuel injection in any form engine.
Yesterday, can't I say both?
You can
if
say
it would
both.
have been back in the days, I would have said the Lotto 40 carburetors, sides.
Yeah.
But fuel injection.
Fuel injection. What is your favorite motor ever built in any car at any given time?
The favorite motor is a VR6.
The favorite motor is the VR6. Shout out to the VR6. I think I've actually posted it on my Deed Freak Media page
why I say
2
VR
months ago. This stuff, ne?
Besides the look of the
Production.
VR6, the power the VR6 motor can produce. You know, I saw it by Eni.
Right.
Eni Speed and Sound. See
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
VR6. It's not easy to build it with a jumbo golf.
Yeah.
And then obviously, if you guys look at the onlines of the power of the VR6 is super strong. So that's why I love a VR6.
What's the biggest number you've seen on the VR6? What's the biggest
Ooh.
number you've seen on the VR6 motor?
1,000
Any-
plus
any-
kilowatts.
What?
Yeah.
In which body? Which body?
MK2. Jumbo golf.
Yeah. That's some serious numbers.
Because of it, Aaron now, you will so you quickly now know.
Yeah. You know,
No, serious
some
power. Serious power.
Yeah.
Serious power.
Okay, cool. If you could choose between function or comfort in a car, do you
I
need to
will
break
say-
it down for you or you
I will
right?
say function
Function.
because I still bump around in the caddy.
Hey, yo,
So I can't say comfort.
Yeah,
as long
no,
as
for
you can
sure.
drive and move me, I'm happy.
Yeah. Old school cars up until I would say like the MK2 or anything after for you, if you had your choice.
If I had my choice, I'll say after two.
After the MK2, ne?
Yeah, after MK2.
Okay.
I had
speed
the MK1 still, so yeah.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
twos and then
No, no, for sure. For you, speed or stance? So drag racing or stance? You're gonna go to a competition.
I still have speed as speed is still one of my adrenaline points.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I've been very long in the stance. I
Yeah.
am busy with a project for speed.
Okay. You
Maybe,
can
maybe
invite us
I
over.
think I miss speed, man.
You must be. You
I
can
must
invite us
be.
over with the camera for Slam City Stance channel.
Aye?
You can invite us over with the camera for Slam City Stance channel, my other YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay, cool. Who is your favorite crew in PE at the moment? Car club
My favorite car club in PE.
in PE.
Let me think.
You're gonna choose one outside of PE also. Whether they're in
there is-
existence now or somebody from the past, no problem.
No, there is a crew I like now. I like the Ace of Stance guys.
Ace of Stance.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ace of
I
Stance.
like them, cheering them. Not following them, but how they evolved.
Yeah.
You know, with the club, with the crew. Always when it used to be with the crews teams, they come very strong.
Okay.
Yeah, I also follow them now. They do a couple of single out shoots or videos of the cars in the crew class. I like that.
Okay.
So it's Ace of Stars,
And outside of PE?
extreme racing.
Extreme racing. Okay.
That's PJ and Gerard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your
I could have said extreme without Cape Town, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's our cruise. That's more club branded, but you are specifically of cruise, so yeah.
Okay. What's your best event you've been to in PE? Stunts, spinning, racing, car wise, what is the best event you've ever been to in PE?
Man, speed and sound used to be my event because we had everything, the adrenaline when it comes to racing. You had your sound, you had your show on there, and then obviously it moved to the Strictly Street where you have that package.
Okay.
You know, so that is not because it's my brand, but it's something I enjoy.
Okay.
Going to an event where you got top cars racing and you got top stance cars, and you got a heavy sound of happening. You know, and can even add a bit of spinning in there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Best car event outside of PE for Ella?
Oh, Campfest.
Campfest.
Anytime. I'm so spite I missed out, you know. Charles actually offered me 2 tickets for this event. And then,
Ciao Rocco.
yeah, shout out to Mr. Rocco, to Charles.
Shout out to you.
And then Jaza was supposed to go with me. But
Our celebrity friend.
yes, he couldn't make it. He's busy prepping now for 2 Oceans, Jaza. But all the best for the prep
Yeah.
and good luck. Good luck. He's gonna do the 2 Oceans and he's doing a comrades this year.
Okay.
So he's focusing on that. So, and then I couldn't get a partner for going over the caddy.
Why didn't you phone me? Nah, I'm only playing.
And then yeah, things was a bit also tight with work with
Yeah.
me. My van actually gave me a bit of hassles with
Okay.
driving, but I was very spite. But Campfest,
No doubt, ne?
top.
Coilovers or air suspension? Well, let me say static because we know cut springs are static in PE also, or is suspension.
You know, let me put it this way, né? I got the air suspension for my bakkie sitting about 3 years now. My son told me yesterday, "Daddy, take this. Your air. He sent me the one bag is keeping my wardrobe closed."
Yes.
But I like static. I still love the static. You know, coiling the car down at the event. You know, that adrenaline.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't like it going up again after the event.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I like static. I like static cars. AS is very nice. It's easy to go to event.
Yeah.
Air down, that's it. You chill back. But I
Convenience.
prefer static.
Okay. What's your favorite sound manufacturer?
In sound brand for cars,
Yeah.
Pioneer.
Sound or taxi?
Pioneer.
Car or taxi, sorry.
Pioneer, but I am sitting with a Targa setup that I want to install. Because the Pioneer, it's a nice classic setup for me, the Pioneer. Always been clarity. All my cars run Pioneers, my Golf also still on Pioneer. But I must say Targa got a nice feeling towards me now.
Okay.
Probably because I bought the Targa outfit for my car.
Yeah.
What
No,
a
you
nice-
had to, yeah.
But Pioneer, all the time, every time. Clarity.
Okay. What's your favorite shoe distributor? Techies, favorite techies, the people that make it.
Representing.
You'll always see me in the Puma brand, always Puma.
You know, Ella's always in Puma, né?
It's my brand.
For those of you that know Flat Beats is the echo representative boss. That man is loyal to the cause. We had a jeweler here, so gold or silver for Ella.
Silver.
Why?
Silver. I always used to like silver. All these years, I've been, not say gothic back in the days for the black and silver.
Yeah.
And the only gold I used to wear is my ring. My wedding ring is gold.
Okay.
And that's it, but the rest is silver.
Okay. A GTI or a Vura for you? Now I'm gonna start making it a little bit interesting before we get out of here. GTI or a
Not
Vura?
an easy
Any
person.
GTI, MK1 to the MK8 or a Vura?
If we talk Vura, we talk about the MK3 now.
You
But
can have your pick, whether you
GTI.
3.2 or 3.6, go for it.
Yeah, then I take the MK5 R32.
MK5
R32.
R32. The one like, who's got it? The blue one is Trevor, ne? If I'm not mistaken. He's got the black Jetta for Ramos also, and then he's got the blue R32 MK5.
The blue R32 with a chrome face. Oh,
That's him.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. In terms of stereo now, this is in your dashboard, right? You would judge what excites you more when you see a single din or a double din.
yeah, obviously the double din is more, sits more up, but depending what dash you have. You know, a double din don't sit like on the MK1 dashboard because it is straight the old spec now. The new spec, which fits in nice, it's alright.
So you would fit
I
in
prefer
with the
index
double din.
because I got an index.
Yeah. Okay. Your favorite rim manufacturer? Mag. You can choose OEM. I'll give you that one for this question.
It's VW. OEM rims for VW rims for me, they always come out nice.
The mark, ne?
Yeah, they come out. Not
Okay.
all of them, but majority of them. I'll say 90% of them.
Okay. In terms of wheels, just before we move away, what is your preference? Obviously, the cars are not going to be standard height, so would you prefer a wheel with fitment or you prefer a wheel to tuck?
You know,
Or let's make it interesting, camber.
I'm a 15-inch guy, because I like the lowness. But nowadays, with what the guys, with the outer cars, I mean, both with the arches, you can put the 18 on, you can be flat on the ground. Then the tuck will work better. You know, but I love the camber. I like when the back arches is tucked in nicely between your tire and your rim. That's what I like.
Okay.
It gives the car a nice mean look. For me, that's a stance fit.
Yeah.
You know,
The complete package.
you can have a small little tire, small little 6x5 rim, and you slam it in. But the tucking and the camber is actually more complicated. You know, and for that effort, I choose that.
I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot now here, but what is the nicest Japanese manufactured car you've seen in your career? At the car event.
Japanese.
So it could be a Honda, could be a Sentra, Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi.
Okay, obviously the Nissan the GT is strong. But I actually like the Saber, you know, the Nissan.
Who's one?
Eh?
I'm asking about the competition, not your preference.
Oh,
Your
at the show?
competition. That one you won't forget anytime soon.
There's only one that's nice. You know who's car?
No, go ahead. It's your part of the podcast. Go for it. Say it.
It's got he always takes the best engine. Bhai.
Does he have a name?
He's got one of the nicest Sentras, neat inside. His paint job was on point. Need to work on the rims, but he knows.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
fair
the height. He don't want to get a car sitting nice. He just need to work on the height of a car.
Okay.
The package will come together.
Okay. The best MK1 you've ever seen. The best MK1 you've ever seen.
The best MK1.
Doesn't need to be standard. Could be converted. Could
Probably
be
my car, but it is Martini.
Martini.
Lenny's car.
Yeah.
I love it. Setup.
Martini is definitely.
There's some top cars that at the Camp Fest, but I like Martini.
When you guys went up, was he there with Martini or with?
Yeah, we went. Me, Romeo, and Lenny went one. I think it's 2017. He took the MK1 class. Man. Yeah, we put him on a trailer and we three took the road. We each bought us a lekker Ben Laden bunny chow. And we pack up.
Shout out to the Buddha.
Yeah, and Romeo still said, nee, we must get iets aan lunch Ben Laden. So dus ek vol geëet en ek nog gery dit. But that I love it color. I love the theme. I love how Lenny put that car together.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite MK1s. You know, and then I must say also, I was by Mike in the week. Mike's MK1 is one of the most standard, best looking MK1s also. You know, I'm gonna ask him, Mike, please can you bring the car out for us to one of our shows, please? He bought a car from scratch, like Lenny. And that's also where I actually got the inspiration on want to build a car from scratch.
Okay.
You know, not buy things and put them on, stripping it and putting it together. You know, from Mike and I'll say Lenny as well, yeah.
Okay. What's your preference when it comes to aftermarket management? Shastic, Spitronics, Dictator?
I'm still sitting on Dictator, although Spitz is getting into the market. Actually, because before we had our tuners, Simo. Shout out to Simo as well.
Shout out to Nazma.
There's also Imran of Photograph
Shout
Racing.
out to Imran.
With the Dictator management setup, you know. So we needed to be with Dictator. I had an event and I had Spitronics, one of our sponsors in East London, with Spitz. And then we didn't have tuners. We didn't have the knowledge at that time to tune the Spitz.
Oh, that time you mean?
Yeah. But now Zimo was on point, him and his team, and they prefer, because I spoke to him in a week also about Spitz. But I'm still a Dictator guy, Dictator management system. So. But although they say Spitz give you a bit more in there, but Dictator.
Okay. What's your favorite OEM wheel for VW, seeing that you like the OEM wheel so much?
It's our 7 GTI wheel.
7 GTI wheel was the one that looks like the motor, né? The blade.
The one that China had on his caddy. Shout out to China. That was the one.
China had on his caddy.
The 17-inch or 18-inch, 17-inch one.
17-inch, that one with the blade on the top.
Yeah, it looks like, okay, I see him.
The 5 GTI RAM used to came out and used to shock us. It was a nice RAM to have all over.
The Denver.
Yeah, but the 7 one came. I still like it, RAM.
What's your favorite GTI you've seen?
Man, can I go a bit in the GTI history?
Sure,
I always like to tell the people, you know, the GTI comes 1, 3, 5, 7. That's your sport shapes. Your small, narrow noses. Your
Would you say that again?
GTI 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 5, and 7. Yeah, you'll notice it now. It's the small shape, narrow nose, sport shape GTIs. Your 2, remember the 2 was called a jumbo?
Yeah.
Your 2, 4, 6 is jumbo look round shape. Even the 8 is round shape. That's why I wanted the GTI to end in a 9, because then we're gonna have a nice, sharper, more sporty, aggressive looking GTI. Because
I never actually realized.
just check it out. You'll see the jumbos is a 2 and the 4 they bulky. The 6 is also more rounder shape. Then we
6
got
is
the
my
7, we dubbed the no sharper edges at the back. And the 8 looks nice for us. But put it next to the 7. Then you'll see the bulkiness. Like, yeah. That's why I said the 9. So 7 for me.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look into it. I'm not gonna lie.
Go, you'll see what I mean.
Not gonna lie. What is your favorite club you can shout out once upon a time? We're almost ready to get you out of here now.
What club?
Your favorite club you went to? You said you like going to clubs.
Nightclub.
Networking, nightclub. In
MPE. Shout out to the after party.
To the after party. And who's your
To
favorite
you.
DJ or MC there? Not at the after party, cross the board.
Guys, you must know it is. Now it is Easy E. Easy E.
Friend
Shout
of
out to
yours.
Easy E. Not friends, but we know one another.
Okay.
Because I've always used to go to his shows.
Okay.
I like his music all the years.
Okay. No, cool. So yeah, just again, thank you very much for everything you've been doing. Thank you for taking the time out to have a seat and have a talk with us. I definitely learned something from our chat today. I hope the viewers also as well have learned something. I'm gonna throw your digital post up here, so check out Super Saiyen Garage. The socials will also be linked down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. Brag with Your Brain, the podcast where we discuss how your idea turned into a side hustle, how you maintain it. Anybody want to say bye to before we go?
Yes, I want to say thanks to yourself, Josh.
Thank you
Dietfried,
very much.
And to Sukri, Undefeated, for this opportunity to have myself expressing myself in my business as well as my passion out there. And then shout out to everybody that's watching our podcast live, and family and friends. Shout out to all of you.
100%.
And for our Stance family, keep on doing it. You know, we appreciate it. It's needed in our area, in Slam City. And yeah, all the best for everybody.
All right. Don't forget to check out the like button there below. It's shining, it's glowing. Hit the like button. Leave a comment, let us know what you think about our chat we had at Super Saiyan Garage. And don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Help me, help you. There we go.
Go for it.
I'm gonna just have it as a snippet. So there's a mic here. Check out our new mics. Thank you, Base Automotive.
Testing, yeah.
And yeah. So what I was gonna ask you before doing the podcast, sorry, it slipped my mind. So as a VW enthusiast, what is your take now on the bakkies that were being produced but came out as a Amarok bakkie with a full-on Ford Ranger engine and a full-on Ford Ranger gearbox? What is your take on it? There's a lot of ifs, ands, maybes. There's a lot of
Why?
Is that your answer to it? Why?
Man, I personally, as a VW ambassador, strongly, I will say no for it. But if you look at the performance of the engine we had in an Amarok compared to the Ford in the Toyotas and that, I saw the comparison. I think we came out fifth comparing the cabs.
Yeah.
You know, in the world, we came out fifth or something like that, Amarok. But that move, I think, was clearly a marketing move with VW and Ford, because the motors that was built wasn't too competitive for what I wanted to do, for going out on the mountains and stuff like that. But if you look at VW, guys, you know, we are happy for any motor to climb on our base from day one. There's the only or one of the only ones that you can be able to put on a Golf. You can put a R32. In a Golf, you can put a VVL motor. You can put a B20 motor in a Golf. So that is just showing how VW is, you know.
Okay.
You can't beat this in that sense. So I will leave it at that.
Okay. Super Saiyan Garage, everybody. You heard it, yeah.
Only VW can do it.
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting for a GT motor.
I wonder, boss.